these streets, outreach. Then me and my family spent the evening breaking bread.
Their love just left you bleeding, whoa, yeah. If you want to play with the fire, then you know that you're gonna get burned.
The hope is a package, you can totally control. You break open the door, run the home of the door. I needed to take things to a new place, and at that time I met Lukus, phenomenal producer, singer, songwriter.
That's Lukus for ya on the keys.
Together, it's a very unique experience.
You can find yours. This is how I use it. This is my gift. Don't take it away.
As soon as we started sharing our stories, we realized that they were very similar. And then we both had a lot of experience under our belts. We both had peaks and valleys, and we both had very similar convictions regarding day-to-day ministry and youth ministry. These two paths that were completely different, they converged, and now we're going full steam ahead together. And there's something really exciting about that when you meet that person that you get to just go forward with because you both have the same calling and conviction to serve other people with your music.
Bobby didn't know that he was close to me, and we ended up meeting at this event, and we were both performing as solo artists, and we just hit it off. And we both said, hey, we're at this point in our career, and we share the same vision, we share the same kind of dreams, and he's a prolific writer. I mean, the way that he writes and shares his stories, the real stories that he's encountered, his feet are on the ground. He's in the city, he's in the community.
Cause this is Boston, and patriots, they don't retreat. Our hearts broke. We mourn for your loss, but maintain our faith of loving God that's got you in his arms.
And we started on this journey, and it ultimately culminated into the project known as This Is Life.
Cause you were fending for yourself since you were very young. That battle won by drugs and such. It's with determination every day. I'm working hard, I'm sure that God will make a way.
My dad, he supported me. He didn't understand it. He was from a farm out in the Midwest. He didn't understand what on earth I was doing. He saw that I was using it to honor God, the God that he had introduced.
When I was born in a nice neighborhood in the suburbs. And I would sit on this swing at night in the summer times, and I would look out over this lake, and I would just see this beautiful orange sun. The sun would come up in the morning over the water, and I would watch it go down at night. I remember I was probably about 7 years old, and I was in the living room of my house, and I heard a knock on the door, and it was the police. I just remember my heart started pounding. I remember the police asking for my dad, and my dad came to the door, and they took him, they put him in cuffs. I remember just standing at the door, and I remember my dad walking down the path, and I remember just almost like waving to him, like bye, and that was the last time I seen him. He went to jail for 21 years.
I was part of this convention. I had to fly from a small airport up in New Hampshire because the flight was cheaper, and my dad was dying of cancer. This was a month before he died. And I start listening to the tracks that I put together for myself, and I realized I had just a major error, and the tracks weren't there. This guy got in the car, packed up all my stuff, and drove up to southern New Hampshire to the airport and gave it to me just in the nick of time for me to catch my flight. And gave you a hug and said, I believe in you, you go when you get him. He passed away a very short time after that.
My whole world was turned upside down, and she packed us up and we went and lived in a small little apartment. I want to say God works everything out for good, because now the person that I am today I wouldn't be if I hadn't gone through that situation. I'm not going to say I didn't try drugs or I didn't try to, relationships and try to make myself happy, try to fill the hole.
Perfect timing, God will place you on the ground that he laid. He took that lashing and the thrashing, gave the blood from his veins. That's why I ripped the mic for Christ to put his love on display.
Oh, man! Yeah.
We're God's creation. He believes in us so much that he wants us to just go after our passions with the knowledge and the understanding that he is behind us, that he is for us. And if he is for us, we just can't be stopped.
You just want to be successful? Well, grow us when the clock's full. I use my music to show you. You can find yours.
What we want to do is come to you, as you've heard. What we want to do is we're here, but then we're going to try to get there.
Yeah. Hey, we love to have fun. We love to do great music. We love to We would love an opportunity to come and hang out with you guys in your city, in your town, in your church, in your youth groups. We were just passionate about what we do.
Yeah, we're going to share some stories, and we look forward to we just want to be a reflection of Christ, and we want to share that with you.